This is gonna be an early impression of me watching the show named A Night of the Seven Kingdom. It's only 3 episodes in, but I do want to at least talk about it because I don't really see a lot of its shows does this. It's like a very simple show storyline where it's about a main character named the Dunk, the Tall, who wants to actually become a knight, and he's actually traveling with a squire named Ake. And I think like it's like a really weird, interesting part of the story where like I never really thought I could actually get into. It's about a journeying story about these two people trying to meet their own ends of like their own interests. Then I was a guy who really just loved fantasy stuff, like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbits. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I do want to watch it, and I kind of believe that Game of Thrones is actually in the same universe as the Night of the Seven Kingdom, and that's incredible because like Game of Thrones is actually a very dark and very shocking good series in the medieval fantasies, but something about like the Night of the Seven Kingdom really did actually wow me and just blow my socks off. It's just that like how positive the main character is. I'm not gonna lie. It felt refreshing to go back to the roots of like, just checking out what makes a knight or like like the simple things about like what makes Duncan really just a really incredible character, even though he's just have a brain cell of a twig. He really does have like pea brains for like a child right now, and he just doesn't really think very well, but he has a really good honor of like he's like trying his best, that he has good intention of to become a knight, and he is trying his best to actually find people to vouch for him to actually go into jousting, because that's I don't know, maybe I'm not grasping the story well enough because I watched this show with no subtitles, and it's pretty kind of hard to understand what they're talking about. I should have actually watched this with the subtitles on. I'm not used to it, but I do plan on rewatching it one soon enough. But I am really liking the show. It's a simple story, but it just works very well. And honestly, it's just so refreshing to see a medieval fantasy with a very likable people. Not only the main character, like also like every other character is also really likable that Duncan actually come across. Even though Duncan is like the most innocent person in that story, but like he at least people like were being a dick about it to him. But like it felt like nice to see like they were being dicks and then they're aware that we're being dicks and then they tell you the reason behind it. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's really nice. It's weird, but yeah, I think like I want to actually stick around with this show. I'm more looking forward for this show to see where this is gonna go because like we are actually pretty much stuck in a really bad cliffhanger right now, and it makes me want to actually, man, it makes me want to actually wait for like one thing though for a week to actually come by as soon as possible. Anyway, I'll probably see you guys next time. I'll probably talk about Fallout. Peace out, y'all.